Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Juice Baseball channel, and welcome back to another episode of the Cincinnati Reds rebuild. Here on MLB The Show 22, we enter All-Star break time in this episode. Last episode, we did the draft, we did all that stuff, we played the St. Louis Cardinals, and it was this game, it was this game against Mike Mikolas, or Mikolas, however you want to pronounce his name, and we won 4-1, but the rest of the month was kind of shaky. We then went on a 6-game losing streak, then swept the Dodgers and won 2 of 3 against the Giants. So we kind of like really like iffy, really back and forth. Not very consistent so far this season. We are sitting at 38-52 on the year. We are left with 2 series before the Derby and the All-Star game and all that stuff. If we take a look at the voting, I think I'm just going to player lock because we should only have one player in the All-Star game, and that's Tyler Stevenson as the starting catcher. But we can take a look at the starting pitchers. It looks like Corbin Burns most likely will be the starting. Actually, his votes are probably not going to be passed, so he will be the start. He most likely will be the starting pitcher for the NL. Who was the closest Reds pitcher? Do we even have one in the... Okay, Tyler Mahle was the closest Reds pitcher in the voting, and he only had 153 votes. So we are not going to get a pitcher in the All-Star game. Relief pitcher, we are also not going to get a relief pitcher in there, and we're even further down in terms of relief pitchers. Luis Cessa is the closest Reds reliever. We do have Alexis Diaz, who... if he closes a couple of more games, strikes out a few more people, and has a lower ERA, could make it. He's got 2 series to do it. I don't think he will. I don't think there's just not enough time. But there's theoretically a possibility. And then we also obviously have Tyler Stevenson, who's having a very good season, and he is leading all catchers in the voting for the All-Star game. But he is only 3,000 above Omar Narvaez, so it is a little bit closer than I would like. But as of right now, Tyler Stevenson is the starting catcher for the All-Star team. First baseman, Joey Votto's not up here because he was hurt. He had that torn finger ligament, so that kind of held him back. He only has 171 at-bats out of all these guys who have over 300 mostly. So, yeah, Votto was never going to make it. Second base, we've got Jonathan India, who's just struggling because he doesn't really... he just doesn't really hit for power, and a lot of these second basemen, they like hit for power, have good averages, and India just doesn't do that. Third baseman, we have, what's-his-face, Brandon Drury and Mustakis, but they're both never going to make the All-Star game, at least not in the NL. Shortstop is Fernando Tatis leading it right now. Our shortstop, Kyle Farmer, is doing really good. He's having a really good season. Kyle Farmer's having a really good season, but he's just not good enough to compete with the top-end shortstops in the National League. Left field, we've got, who's our left fielder? Our left fielder is Tommy Pham, at least for right now. And Tommy's not going to... he's not going to be making the All-Star game. Let's just say that. Center field, we are not going to have a center fielder in there because Senzel is like off and on hurt, and he's not even going to be close to that. And then right field, we could have had Nick Castellanos, but they didn't re-sign him last season, so thank you for that, Castellinis. We could have had Nick Castellanos. But our right fielder is Tyler Naquin, who's having a really good season. Like, for Tyler Naquin, this is a really good first half of the season so far. It sucks that we have to trade him in this episode, but we are having a really good season with Tyler Naquin. So as of right now, we are only going to have the one All-Star, which is Tyler Stevenson, and he is starting, so that's cool. So we get to do player lock with him. We did the draft in the last episode. We had a bottom of the end, or middle of the round, first-round pick. So we drafted Ray Valencia, who ends up being 72 potential. Our real big pulls of the draft were Joey Compton and Luis Castilla. Not Luis Castillo, Luis Castilla. I'm sure in a few seasons I'm going to be messing that name up. But Joey Compton is our B potential guy. He's going to take a little bit to get to the bigs. He's only a 55 overall, but he's got really good speed. He's got decent contact. He's going to take some time, but he could be pretty good. And then Castilla, he's already got really good stamina. He's got decent velocity, decent break. His K/9s are really low. He's going to struggle in the minors for the first season or two, but he should be able to grow in a few seasons, be up in at least in AAA. As for the guys that have lower potential, I could see Cleveland Robles up in AA or AAA pretty soon. He's got really good stats. He's got really good splits. And then for hitters, Vladimir Herrera is already there basically in terms of catching or in terms of contact and power. So he just needs 1 year at AA, I'd say, and then he could probably be up at the major league level within the first year, like within his first year in the minors. That's how good I think this guy could be. The other guys might take a little bit longer, and then Henry Trevino is just going to be like a guy. He might get thrown into a trade next year. Who knows? He's just going to be a guy that fills out a position maybe, or even on the bench. I don't know. But that's our draft picks. If you want to go see me actually like go through the thought process and actually choosing who I want to draft, then go watch last episode, and you can find that out. As for this episode, we have the All-Star break. We have the trade deadline. It's going to be a massive episode today. Let's start the episode by simulating this series against the Yankees. Luis Castillo. Ooh, okay, Nick Senzel's not injured anymore. And we win 15-11 against the Yankees. We are on the road, and Josh Bell is going from the Nationals to the Guardians for Owen Miller and Tyler Freeman. Okay, Josh Bell in real life, we know got traded with the Juan Soto trade to the Padres. But in this universe, he is going to the Guardians. And we end up losing that game to the Yankees. So it's a 1-1 series right now. And we beat the Yankees in Game 3. So we win the series against them. Now we're going up against the Cardinals. And we lost both of those games so far. And Mark, how do you say this last name? Mark Kolozvare? Kolozvare? I don't know how to pronounce it. I apologize for pronouncing his name wrong and butchering his name, but he tore his MCL. He's out for over 6 months in the AA. I feel bad for him. And now we go to the Futures game, all that good stuff. Are we going to have anybody in the Futures game? We can certainly check that out. Play the full game, go to the National League, check out the Futures game. All right, so we don't have anybody right here. I don't recognize. No, nobody in the pitchers. But do we have anybody in the hitting? Jordan Walker, no. Drew Jones is there. No, it doesn't look like we have any prospects in the Futures game this season, but that's not to be too upsetting because in the future years to come, in the future seasons, we should be filling up that Futures game. Home Run Derby is Nolan Arenado, Austin Riley, Matt Olson, Manny Machado, JD Martinez, Anthony Rizzo, Marcus Semien, and Vladdy Jr. A few guys you don't normally see in home run derbies like Austin Riley, Marcus Semien, Anthony Rizzo. All right, cool. We'll see who wins that. I don't know who's going to do it. The Mariners are offering me a trade. Ken Giles for Mike Mustakis. Now, I know that Ken Giles is a little bit older, 31 years old, former Astro pitcher. I don't know why it says 2025. What is his stats? Why is his stats like that? Okay, not everybody looks like that. I'm pretty sure he was on the World Series team, Ken Giles, that won in 2017. I'm pretty sure. I'm not 100% sure on that. I can't obviously tell because his numbers are mixed up. But I'm not going to do this trade. I still believe that I can find a better trade for Mike Mustakis later in the episode. But we are going to player lock the All-Star game and start with Tyler Stevenson. So we will go to the NL, find Tyler Stevenson. He is going to be the starter at catcher for the All-Star game. I will see you guys in there, and let's see if we can make Tyler Stevenson look good in front of a big stage.
Gotta love the All-Star festivities. Always a great show. We'll be back to get this thing started after this. Welcome to Dodger Stadium. The show brings you the 2022 MLB All-Star Game. It's the American League All-Stars and the National League All-Stars. Joined by my partner, Chris Singleton, I'm John Chambi. Singy, always special when we get together to call the All-Star game.
Well, we've done a lot of these together, and sometimes you come in and think, ho-hum, another year. But once you look and you see these All-Star players, their uniforms on, them interacting with one another, you realize just how special it is. It's going to be a great one tonight.
First pitch coming your way next. So almost ready to get underway. And starting this one, Corbin Burns.
All right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We're hitting 8th in the lineup for the National League All-Stars. And Tyler Stevenson rips off a fastball two-seamer from Nestor Cortez Jr. here in the bottom of the second. We are down 3-0 already in this game. And why did I swing at that? I have no idea. Let's see if we don't strike out here. I don't want to embarrass the Reds here. That's a nice pitch there. Goes for a ball. That really should be 2-1, but I swung at that stupid pitch earlier. That's a big boy hit, and it's going to be knocked down. Can we get there? J-Ram beat it out. Yes, Tyler Stevenson. Jose Ramirez stopped the ball from going to left field, but he couldn't recover quick enough, and Tyler Stevenson gets a base hit in the All-Star game. Manager says steal the base. I'll try. I'm a catcher who doesn't really steal bases, but I'm going. And Tyler Stevenson tagged out. Why would the manager tell me to steal the base? I have no idea. We're going up against Robbie Ray, former Cy Young winner Robbie Ray. 1 out in the bottom of the 5th. That is a not go. I didn't go. Thank you. It's not looking good for the National Leaguers. We are down 5-0 in the 5th. I'm not sure who's on base. That might be Nolan Arenado. I think it might be. That's going to be a base hit, and Josh Bell goes right by him. Tyler Stevenson, baby. 2 for 2 for Tyler. That might be his last at bat. Oh, nope. Oh, no, never mind. I'm on base. I thought this was Road to the Show where I skipped the base running stuff. But there's 3-2 count to Jake Cronenworth, and he's going to get that. It's Josh Bell. It's a double play opportunity. Cronenworth beat it out, and it's runners on the corners with 2 outs. We are going to hit up here in the 7th. I'm not sure who's on base there. I can't tell. But we're going up against Emmanuel Clase, one of the best closers in the game. Beautiful fastball, 99 on the gun. It looks like the National League is going to lose this game, unfortunately. Unless we could just have an amazing rally. Man, Emmanuel Clase is throwing a heat. I don't know if we can compete with this. Tyler Stevenson doesn't usually have to play against guys that throw in heat like this. A 101 on the cutter? Man, Clase is good. Come on, Stevenson. Let's continue your perfect game. 2 for 2. Make it 3 for 3. That cutter's got some movement on it. Come on, Tyler. You got this. You can do it. There it is. In the air. Left center, or right center, excuse me, not left center. All right, so that's not going to be a good play. But he's got 2 for 3 on the day in the All-Star game, and he started the All-Star game, so I will take that. He's going up bottom 9, runners on second and first, no outs against Ryan Presley. So we have a chance to get an RBI in the All-Star game. And we might just do it. No, we're not going to do it. That's left center. We're not even going to advance the runners. God dang it. So we're 2 for 4 in the All-Star game, and we started it. Dusty Baker was the manager. Nestor Cortez gets the win. He went 2 innings, 3 strikeouts. Corbin let 3 runs go in the first inning. I thought he was supposed to be a good guy, good pitcher, but I guess he's not. And unfortunately, we had a good day. I'm happy with how Tyler Stevenson performed. He started the All-Star game, which is something that we don't usually get to say as Reds fans here. And he had a decent day, so I'm fine with it. The Nationals are offering me Nelson Cruz for Leonardo Rivas. I'm going to say no to that. Sorry. I appreciate the offer, but I'm not going to say anything to that. All right, the trade deadline is the 31st of July. So we will simulate to this final series here. We swept the Cardinals, which is something we don't usually do. Anthony Bass is getting offered there. We've got a 4-gamer against the Marlins. Ooh, Reynaldo Lopez. That's not a bad offer. He's 2-0 with a 3.82 ERA, 121 whip. He's pitching fairly well this season, and it's for Kyle Farmer, though. I don't really want to give up Kyle Farmer. The Mariners are offering me Edwin Arroyo for Senzel. I'm going to say no to that. Christian Roa dislocated his shoulder. He's out for 1 to 2 months. The Guardians are offering me Ernie Clement for Kyle Farmer. No. Thank you to that. The Red Sox, Jonathan Araz, I don't know how to pronounce his name. I've never really even heard of him, if we're being honest. But they want Brandon Drury. I'm going to say no to that because Brandon Drury has to be a part of the actual trade in real life. So let me just quickly load those up so I can find those trades. Let me see if I can find them here. So hold on. I'm gonna cut to when I get them. All right, I think I found the trades that we're going to be doing, so let's simulate to the trade deadline. We're actually on a little bit of a win streak here. Mustakis gets traded. We're on a 3-gamer, and we beat the Orioles again. Cam Collier tore his calf, and that is not good. He's out for 2 to 3 months. Alec Burleson, we're getting a lot of injuries here in the month of July. And now we go to July 31st, the trade deadline. Here we go. This is where it gets good. This is where all the marbles happen. So the first trade up is going to be Tyler Naquin. Unfortunately, we are going to have to let him go. He's having a really good season. He had that walk-off moment for us a couple episodes ago, which was pretty cool. But he's doing okay, but he is going to have to get on the books and get out of here. He's going to New York. Hopefully this will go through. I don't really know if this is going to work. We're going to have to figure out some way to do it. So Tyler Naquin got traded for a pitcher. Oh, we also traded... No, we traded a pitcher. Who did we trade? We traded Philip Deal or Dial. Do we even have him on the roster? We should. There he is. So we traded him too. We traded him to the Mets for Hector Rodriguez and Jose Acuna. So we got a second baseman. Where's he at? What's his name? Second baseman Hector Rodriguez. Oh, does he play a different position? Where's he at? Hold up. Wait a minute. Did he get traded? Now I got to check the transactions list and see if the Mets traded Hector Rodriguez already. So trades for the Mets. That's the Phillies. The Mets, they didn't trade Hector Rodriguez. Did they just not have him on the team? Now I got to do some investigating. So let's see. Catchers, there's no Hector Rodriguez there. First baseman, no Hector Rodriguez. No Hector Rodriguez here either. Does he just not exist in this roster? That's a good possibility that he might not exist in this roster. So I guess what we'll have to do is we will have to go back to Tyler Naquin, go back to this Phillip guy, and then go to the Mets and just pick a second baseman that's not like super good. So we'll go and let's take DeAndre Smith from their hands. He's B potential 65 overall. We'll take him off their hands, and then we'll take, who's the other guy? Jose Acuna. So let's see if we can find a pitcher named Jose Acuna. Is he on this roster too? This might be a little bit too early of a roster for these guys to be on here, and it doesn't look like either of them exist in the Mets organization. So what we'll do here is we'll just take a guy with B potential or C potential, something like that, and we'll trade them. So Robert Dominguez, he might have to be the guy. Or Calvin Ziegler. No, Calvin Ziegler will stay for the Mets. We'll take Robert Dominguez off their hands. This cannot be completed because of budgetary constraints. Oh, we're going to take somebody's fat contract, aren't we? Who costs money? So we need to make up like $3.3 million. So I'll throw in this Robert Dominguez, to complete the trade. And then we need to pick somebody who's making about $3 million that they don't want anymore. Who don't they want anymore? Who's making a lot of money they don't want? Dominic Smith is making money. Who else is making money? Mark Canha. Travis Janikowski's making money, but we can't... that's not going to do anything if we trade for him. It looks like it's going to be a pitcher. Pitchers are making more money. Trevor Williams would be the perfect guy if he wasn't hurt. He'd be the perfect guy that we could go for. What about a relief pitcher? Adam Ottavino is really the only guy that's making a ton of money. Seth Lugo doesn't even push it. And even out of Adam Ottavino, because Tyler Naquin's making so much money that I don't think this trade's gonna work. So what we do in this situation is trade for somebody else, and then I'll come back to it. Because I'll figure it out. Don't worry. I'll figure it out. So we got to go. Next up is... Oh, the Luis Castillo trade. The big trade. So Luis Castillo is 7-11 for us on the year in 119 innings, a 5.07 ERA. He's been struggling, I'll say that. And he is on his way to the Mariners for Noelvi Marte. If we can get to the Mariners. Noelvi Marte. They have a lot of money, so this one should go through. And I know Noelvi's in the game. There he is. There's Noelvi Marte. And then we also got Edwin Arroyo. There he is, Edwin Arroyo. And we also got Levi Stout and Andrew Moore, who are both pitchers. They're both pitchers. So we got 2 shortstops and a couple pitchers. Is either of them relief pitchers? No, they're both starting pitchers, it looks like. There's Levi Stout, but no Andrew Moore. Did I pass him? He should be in here, right? I'm pretty sure he's in this roster. Maybe he got traded already? I don't know. It doesn't matter because this isn't going to go through anyway. We're going to have to add more stuff to this. So Levi Stout, Edwin Arroyo, and Noelvi Marte for Luis Castillo. That's what we did straight up, right? I'm pretty sure that was just straight up. Yeah, it was just these guys. It was just Castillo for these guys. So I guess in MLB The Show, they think this is a bad trade for the Mariners. They think they should be getting more value for this. So now comes the question, what do we throw in return? Probably a shortstop, because we're going to have a ton of shortstops if we don't... Who's this guy? Matt McClain? Okay, he's having a really good year. We're going to have to throw in a shortstop because we have a lot of them. And we're going to start to get full up on shortstops here pretty soon. So we're going to throw in this guy, Jose Torres. You can get thrown in there. And then we're going to have to throw in somebody of decent value. I mean, I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what's going to get it done. Noelvi Marte's got so much value that I didn't think about this. You know what we might have to do? We might have to just straight up trade for just Noelvi Marte because he is got so much value, and then we'll have to come back and trade for those other guys, Edwin Arroyo and Stout. So now that the value is a little bit lower, I can't trade Aristides Aquino. I can try and trade Senzel, though, if I want to, because we have Jay Allen, who's a potential in AAA, and he's having a decent season in AAA, not anything crazy. I'll trade you Shogo, because we don't want Shogo. And then what gets it done? Mike Minor trade? No, this isn't the Mike Minor trade. Overton. I don't know if anything's going to get it done, really, if we're being honest. Oh, this is tough. Why do they have to value him so much? Why do they have to value him so much? Tyler Stevenson pushes it through. Matthew Nelson. We're obviously not trading Tyler Stevenson. I think I'm going to have to get rid of Shogo so I can add more value. Let's see. Who do we have to throw in here? I just don't know if we have what it takes to get Noel. We have to get Noelvi. He's part of the deal. I should have just started the season with these trades, but I couldn't because I'd started this series before the trade deadline. So, no relief pitchers really push it through. Mike Minor really doesn't even push it through, if we're being honest. What do we do here? Can't trade Tyler Naquin. He's part of another deal. What do they have here for suggested trades? They have Castillo, Jonathan India, and Austin Hendricks. Wow. Just for Noelvi Marte? I'm not trading you India. I might trade you Austin Hendricks, but I'm not trading you Jonathan India. Austin Hendricks, a B potential right fielder. He's our best right fielder that we have after we trade Naquin. Okay. I'm going to have to figure it out. What do we do here? I can't trade Jonathan India. That's too crazy. I think I'll throw in Mike Minor. And then what do they have after this? They don't have anything. There's nothing that I have when Mike Minor's thrown into the deal that you want. I have a hard time believing that. I know Noelvi Marte's a really good player, but there's got to be something that I have that you want. Tyler Stevenson obviously gets it done. Come on. Why do they have to make this so hard? Why is he valued so much? You know what I might have to do? I might have to just go in and force the trades so that they happen. But I don't know if I can turn off force trades. Hold on. Let me see if I can figure this out. Okay, so I'm back, and I cannot figure out how to trade for Noelvi Marte. So I'm going to have to hold off on that trade for right now. I've spent way too much time trying to figure it out, and I just can't do it right now. I just can't. They won't. He costs too much. He just won't. He won't do it. They won't accept the trade. So we're gonna have to figure out something else. Although I can try and trade Tommy Pham. I don't know who they traded him for. Oh, it's players to be named later. So we can trade Tommy Pham to the Red Sox for just some prospects, I guess. Let's see. Let's get like a third base prospect or somebody young. Who's this guy? Cutter Coffee. Sure. Let's go for you. Or actually, we might be able to get more than just him. Can we get more than just him? I don't think we can. I think we can only get one person. So let's just go for... Let's go for third baseman Cutter Coffee, I guess. He seems to be the best option. So we'll go for him. Tommy Pham for Cutter Coffee. He goes to the Red Sox. So there goes Tommy Pham. Tyler Mahle is headed to the Twins, which hurts my soul because I like Tyler Mahle. But who do we get for him? Tyler Mahle is going for Christian Encarnacion. Oh, I'm going not the right thing. Christian Encarnacion. What does he play? Oh, Spencer Steer, Encarnacion, and Steven Hajar. Okay. So can I find any of those guys? Let's see. Probably not, knowing my luck. No, there's nobody there. There's nobody there. Do they not have these guys? Do these guys not exist in this roster? This roster might be a little bit older. There's Spencer Steer. So at least we can trade for him. He's a catcher, I guess. But is Christian Encarnacion, Christian Encarnacion, doesn't exist in here? It says he's an infielder. I feel like I would see him. We'll throw Spencer Steer into it because he is part of this trade, so we'll get him. But I don't see an Encarnacion anywhere, so that is unfortunate. But we can just throw somebody into the trade. So we got a pitcher and an infielder. So let's just throw some pitchers and infielders into this deal. So we've got to go for, I don't know, Josh Winder, I guess. We can throw you into the deal. And an infielder, I don't know, like a Tanner Schobel. Sure, we'll throw those two guys in the deal. Now, to get this to go through even more, we got to throw somebody else into our side of the deal. Who that's going to be? Probably Ben Lively and Chris Oakey. Sure, you can go in the deal too. So Tyler Mahle for Spencer Steer, Josh Winder, and Tanner Schobel. Sure, whatever. Just get the deal done. Just get the deal done already. All right, so that's the Tyler Mahle deal. And then we trade Brandon Drury to the Padres for Victor Acosta. Now, he should be in the game. I would hope so. I'm tired of these guys not being in the game. There he is, Victor Acosta right there. So that's Brandon Drury's trade. They want more for that. And that is just straight up, so we'll have to throw something else in there, maybe like a JT Riddle. Sure, JT Riddle can go to the Padres for Victor Acosta. There we go. We're getting some of the guys that are real-life trades. There goes Victor Acosta's to the team now. That's good. We also traded Cash for Austin Romine to the Cardinals, We got Austin Romine. Where's he at? He's a catcher, I know that. But it doesn't look like he's on the... I might have to do a player search for this. Player search... no, Romine. Let's search for Romine. He might be a free agent, actually. All right, Austin Romine, he's on the Angels. Okay, so we'll trade to the Angels. Make a trade with the Angels for Austin Romine. And we will just trade, I don't know, some scraps, I guess, because we don't have to trade a whole lot because we just traded cash for this dude. So we will give them... Who do we have a lot of depth at? We have some depth at left field, some depth at center field. But I'll give you a pitcher too. So Connor Phillips, a deep potential pitcher, and Garcia for Austin Romine. So that's the cash deal, quote unquote. And then I don't think that's all the trades that we can do that I can actually accomplish in terms of real life stuff. Now in terms of what can I do the rest of the way, because I still want to trade like Mike Minor. I want to get him out of here because I just don't think he's that good of a player. So what is the value on Mike Minor? Probably not much. Nothing in terms of great stuff. So we'll go through here. We'll see if any of the suggested trades give me anything that I can sink my teeth into. But sadly, I don't think that's going to happen. I'd like to get like his max value in getting one player. We might have to take just a couple of players that have C potential just because that would be getting like max value. And now we can get Edwin Arroyo from the Mariners, which is who I wanted to get. Wait, can I, if I go to the Mariners and I trade Minor, if I trade Minor for Edwin Arroyo and Stout, can that happen? That can probably get done. Let me just give you like a relief pitcher or something. No, they don't like that. I'll still give you a relief pitcher, and then I'll give you somebody else. Who else should I give you? Who do we have a lot at? Michael De Leon. Okay, we can trade Mike Minor to the Mariners for two of the guys that we should have gotten in the Luis Castillo trade. Levi Stout and Edwin Arroyo. We still can't get Noelvi Marte, which I'm going to have to figure out how to get him. But we can trade Mike Minor for that. I kind of want to trade Mike Minor for something else, but I'll do this trade just to get those guys on the roster. So there we go. We now have a ton of shortstops that I like. Victor Acosta we brought in a trade. We've got Jose Barrio, who I do like. And we've got Edwin Arroyo, Jose Torres, Matt McLean now. And now we add Levi Stout to the roster, who is probably not going to start in the big leagues. We're going to have him in AAA. Okay, so that's the Mike Minor trade done. Who else? I wanted to trade Colin Moran, but he's just going to have to stay on here because he's injured. Mike Mustakis is probably going to be out of here. So let's go and trade Mike Mustakis. What can we get for Mike Mustakis? I have no idea. Can we get Carter Keyboom? We probably can get Carter Keyboom. I think he's a very good talent. We'd have to give up some stuff ourselves. So I'll throw in Matt Reynolds and TJ Hopkins. No, let's throw in... it has to be TJ Hopkins. Okay. So Mustakis, Matt Reynolds, and TJ Hopkins for Carter Keyboom. I think that's a good deal. That's a good deal for us. We get another third baseman that I do like, and the Phillies get Mike Mustakis to be their starting third baseman. Good for them. So Carter Keyboom is now another good backup or a good minor league option for us. I could never say that. And now we have to do... So we just had to do the Tyler Naquin trade to the Mets, or to any team, because the Mets didn't have enough money. So we'll have to trade him. We'll have to find some other trades. So we have to trade him for a second baseman and a pitcher. So let's go through here and see if there's any good second baseman pitcher options. He's probably a little too good. So, although they did get... The Reds got a decent player for him. So we'll go for you. We'll trade him to the Angels. We'll go for you, and maybe we'll trade him for a relief pitcher. Like Ben Joyce. Sure, we'll do that trade. Maybe. And then we'll throw in somebody else. Who should we throw into this deal? Probably a relief pitcher like Kyle Dowdy. Ooh, okay. Denzer Guzman's probably a little bit too good. So we'll go to another option here. And maybe it's going to be... Who should it be? Michael Massey or Massey? Should it be Michael Massey? I don't know. Let's see. We got to get somebody decent because I'm pretty sure they got somebody decent. So we'll go Leonardo Jimenez or maybe Cade Doughty. Who's better of the two? Dottie's got better contact and power. Actually, no, he doesn't. We'll go for Jimenez, and then we'll go for a pitcher from the Blue Jays. Like a relief pitcher, maybe? Do they have a good relief pitcher? Adrian Hernandez could be pretty good. Or Trent Palmer. We'll go Adrian Hernandez. So, see if these two guys can get the job done. So, we'll trade them Kyle Dowdy. And we'll throw them also Donovan Solano. No, can't trade him. Who else should we trade? Shogo? We could trade Shogo. That's good. So we can get the second baseman and the relief pitcher, just not from the Mets. It's from the Blue Jays for Tyler Naquin. There we go. Perfect. And now all we have to do is trade Luis Castillo to the Mariners. So that is going to be the big thing for Noelvi Marte. I'm going to try and do that, but it's going to take me a little bit because I don't know if I can. But we got some good shortstops now. They have Edwin Arroyo up here in the big leagues. I don't really want that, so I'm going to move him down to AAA. They have Barrio and Acosta in AA, and then these three guys in AAA. Okay. So let's move up Jake Fraley to the big league club. And let's move up. We have Alberto Mora up here. Austin Hendricks already up here. That's good. Who else should we move up? We should have another pitcher up here because we only have 4. And when we move down, what's his face? When we trade Castillo, we're not going to have anything. So let's move up Connor Overton to the big league club. We'll move up. Who else should we have? Levi Stout. I don't want Levi Stout up here. I'd rather have him in AAA or in AA, either one. We'll have you in AA. Josh Winder, Brandon Williamson, Justin Dunn. I don't really want those guys up here yet. Let's move up Brandon Williamson to the big league club. He can start. And then when we trade Castillo, then we'll have enough pitchers up here because we have Hunter Green. Actually, Hunter Green's still injured. Is he coming back anytime soon? He's still got 1 to 2 months left on the thing. All right, we'll figure it all out. We have a lot of major league catchers now. I don't want Steer up here. I'd rather have him in AAA. Romine can stay up here. Matthew Nelson can now go down. You can go to AA. First baseman is a little interesting. We'll have to figure something out there. Second base, we have a lot of second basemen. I'm fine with how it looks right now. Carter Keyboom, they have him in the big league club because we don't have a third baseman. I'm fine with Carter Keyboom starting in third base for the big leaguers. We'll have Cutter Coffee down in AA. Taylor Motter also down in AA. And then we can have Ellie De La Cruz and Cam Collier when he comes back from his injury. Whenever that is, he can be in AAA as well. So that's what the team's going to look like as of right now. I'll probably move up a couple other guys here and there, maybe a bullpen arm and another hitter, I guess, something like that. But we also got to trade for Noelvi Marte. So I am going to end the episode here only because I need to figure out how to trade for Noelvi Marte. So the next game that we're going to play is the Field of Dreams game against the Cubs. So that is next on the agenda. But that's going to be the next episode. Hopefully by the next episode I have Noelvi Marte on the team. I got to try and figure out some way to get him. Hopefully that can happen. But I hope you guys did enjoy the trade deadline episode and the All-Star game stuff. So if you did, leave it a like, subscribe to the channel, join the Juice Club, And I've got the main channel link down below in the description and the second channel link down below in the description. So if you want to go check out either of those channels, you can certainly do that. They have content for everybody. And if you want to just stay around here, you certainly can. Feel free. So thank you guys for stopping by, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.